Hello, this is Zach, and I'm going to walk you through our Engineering Kaizen event. The event lasted for a week in April 2014, and we wanted to change our engineering process for the better. We were led by Brad, our lean coach, and had representatives from engineering, project management, and the shop. Some of the issues in engineering are being overburdened and stressed, and not meeting the schedule while working extra hours. So to try and change this, we started by mapping out our entire process. We wrote down all the steps on sticky notes and laid them out onto the walls in Bill's office to try and identify where our problem areas were. This took an entire day, but it allowed us to identify the waste in our process. We all noticed that there were many checking steps, and this was all to avoid defects. We were batching our outputs, we were overproducing, over-processing, and waiting. To combat all these wastes, we decided to go to a just-in-time model, where if we work on exactly what the shop needs before they need it, and at the same rate, we'll avoid most of the waste. So we came up with this fabrication timeline. And the key to our timeline is the shop start date. 14 weeks before the shop start date, we should have for approval set of shop drawings, and we can hold our pre-takeoff meeting. At that point, we'll have a group of people do the metal takeoffs, as well as the miscellaneous takeoff, glass takeoffs, and the composite sheet takeoff. 10 weeks before the shop start date, we'll do our vendor fabs, brake shapes, steel, and aluminum panels. And then 4 weeks before shop start, we'll do all of our shop fabrication tickets, composite panel tickets, and machine programming. The orange line is our line in the sand. Changes before that orange line are okay. We haven't made any fabrication tickets, so they're pretty easy to incorporate. Anything after the orange line will cost extra time and money. Looking at our current schedule, we have about 175 unit assembly drawings to create in 1 week's time. And we have one person working on each one of these jobs. It's actually one person on both the Samsungs, one person on Moffett Building 5, and one person on Moffett Amenities. And you could see that some people have more of a burden than others. If we apply our current schedule, or our timeline developed above, we find out that we're actually behind a little bit on Samsung. Moffett Building 5 were ahead, and Moffett Amenities were right on time. But there is still a lot of work to do in the coming weeks. And then the third week, there is very little load. So trying to balance this out, we talked to the shop, and we came up with a plan to get to flow so we can adopt the schedule above. We could push back some of the Samsung dates because the shop didn't need them right away. And we could reapportion the people, take people off of Moffett Building 5, for example, in the week of April 28th, and have them help out in Moffett Amenities, which has a lot more units to get through. This allowed us to balance the line. We expect this to result in less revisions and less work, less stress, improved throughput, and will make our schedule and improve morale. We'll have checkers and operators working hand in hand to try and get the required units for that week through. We still have a few things left to do. We need to get the team's feedback on this new process. We're going to implement a visual schedule and tracker on the portal so that everyone can see where we are in the process. We're going to have to change our metal takeoff process so that it's faster and requires less accuracy. And we have a new proposed office layout where the engineering group is put together and we'll work together on these projects to get them done. So we'd like to thank management for allowing us to do this Kaizen event and take a week out of our jobs to do it, Brad for leading us, and Tina for helping with the visual schedule. We're excited and scared, but we're making progress, and that's important. Thank you very much.